Hey everyone, there was a mistake that I made at the Honda CRV while doing an oil change. I stripped a screw for the skid plate and I had a really hard time taking it out. So while researching on the internet, I learned a lot about the different screw heads that was available out in the market, which is why I ended up buying this screwdriver. It's called a Vessel 220W. It's made in Japan. Now, the reason I bought this is, you may or may not have experienced this when you have a Phillips head screwdriver. Sometimes you put it on the screw, it does not fit really well, and it's possible that's because you have the wrong bit. There are three screws that I know of, screw heads that I know of. There may be more. That two others that actually look very, very similar to the Phillips head. And one of them is the Japanese industrial standard. It's a JIS screw head, and one is called the Pozidriv. There's a good chance you have in your household these types of screw heads in your house for sure. In under 5 minutes, I found some screws in my at home that is Japanese industrial standard and is also the Pozidriv. So here's an example. So just ignore the mess in here. If you take a look, so this is my air fryer. If you take a look at these screws out here, three of them, they look like Phillips and they very, very close to Phillips. But if you notice, there's a dot on each screw head, right? Mm-hmm. That indicates that is a Japanese industrial standard. What that means is probably very likely that this appliance was assembled in somewhere in Asia. And here's another one. If you take a look at these screws right here, get closer, you're going to notice there are 4 cut marks on there. If you actually get really, really close, right? So these screws are not Phillips; they are the Pozidriv, and even though they look very, very similar, which is why when you would use a normal Phillips head for this, you will eventually wear this out if you keep repeating, taking the screw in and out a few times. So there is a very special screw head for this. It's called a Pozidriv, and the Pozidriv is this one. You see PZ number 3, PZ number 2. If we look real close up here, you'll see it looks slightly different from a Phillips. Actually, I'll put it over here. That's number 2. They look similar, but they're not. And this is what the PZ2. This one is specially designed for these screws right out here. And if you see, this is not magnetic at all. This is not magnetic. But if I put it in here, see how well it sits in. There's almost no play. It sits really, really tight. But if you put a Phillips head, you see that little bit of play? That eventually wears the screw out, right? So this, if you go look into your kitchen cabinet, there's a good chance that these screws that you have in your cabinet is the Pozidriv screw. So also there were some IKEA drawers that we bought not too long ago. They were drawer shelves. All of them had the Pozidriv screws. I would think that these Pozidriv screws are European, and as I said earlier, the Japanese industrial standard screws are Asian pretty much. My TV that we just bought a small TV from Costco. That also had the Japanese industrial standard screws. So going back, the Phillips one is just that little X that looks like that without the dot. The one with the dot is the Japanese industrial standard. And the one that's you'll see in your cabinets or the IKEA shelves, the ones with those little lines in there, is the Pozidriv. And yeah, so basically, which is why I got these. I wanted to see, try as much as possible to use the right screwdrivers for the right screws. And yeah, so which is why I highly recommend this one. This is I think I paid for $20 or $25, and you get the Japanese industrial standard screw bit, and also the Pozidriv. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the comment section below. If you like this video, if it was good information, leave a like, and also click on that notification bell for some more random videos. Bye for now.